Welcome in. Thank you guys for checking out the channel. This is Jordan Aubrey. Thank you for checking out the Real Estate Investors Done Right platform on this channel, where we talk about real estate investing and how to make it change your life and actually get more out of it, especially for any newbies, advanced guys. We're going to be talking about everything in real estate. So definitely make sure you subscribe, you like any content that you actually like, and make sure you follow me, cut on that notification bell so we actually dive deep in more topics that can benefit you. Let's go. So today's topic for discussion is actually going to be private money, right? What are the secrets to getting private money? How we're going to get more private money? Because let's talk about the hard part first, right? Hard money, right? That is very, very expensive. Now, I'm not going to say private money is any cheaper. On average, private money can go from 8 to 12%, right? I pay a little bit more for private money because we can leverage, we can negotiate a whole heck of a lot more for that particular private money, and allows us to scale up a little bit easier. But that's another topic for another day. So with that being said, number one, what's most important when finding private money? We always talk about our network is our net worth, right? You hear that all the time. With private money, it is exactly that. Your network is your net worth. Imagine having access to $1 million of private money. What would you be able to do in your business, right? Comment below, how could that impact you and your business as far as going out and being able to buy assets? No longer just being a wholesaler. How about going and acquire some rental properties? Right? How about going and refinancing using the bear method? How about doing some fix and flips to turn those $10,000 checks into $30, $40, $50, $60,000 checks, right? How do we go about doing that? How do we find the network and building it up? I'll tell you a story about me finding my first private money guy. Literally, I was out networking all the time, showing up at events, and literally me and this guy was always at different events. And to this day, I can go to his house and we still have a beer together, barbecue, or jump in the pool, or whatever the case may be. But with that being said, I always told him about my stories of having success in real estate, but I've never really asked a question of how he was doing, or what he was looking to do, right? So he came to me one event, we're sitting there having a beer together, and he's sitting there telling me, hey, I did my first deal. I said, that's great. Tell me a little bit about it. He told me how somebody else brought him the deal. He partnered on the deal. They both made money from it, right? And I said, man, that sounds great, but you just told me how somebody else got the deal. So tell me, where were you involved in it? He said, oh, I funded the whole thing. I had to sit back and I'm thinking to myself, man, we've had a ton of beers. I've been paying a ton of money to hard money companies every month. I've had up until this point, probably 5 or 6 mortgages on my plate every month that I'm paying out, right? That's a lot of overhead. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, dude, you've been having all the money that I've needed to scale my business, actually take down a lot more properties, and you're just now telling me this? Maybe I did something wrong. Now I know what to ask those certain questions. How are you looking to invest in real estate, right? Before, I never asked that question. Now I ask that question all the time because of that exact scenario. So I was able to build that relationship with him. I told him my success stories over and over and over. Obviously, he heard those over over beers, right? And then essentially we were able to partner together and I think I flipped this money probably 3, 4, 5 times, right? And it's all come at zero expense to me, right? So when I look at private money, the best part about it is negotiable, right? The terms are very, very negotiable. So what it allowed me to do is actually buy multiple properties. And instead of paying 12%, I pay about 20, 30, 40%, depending on the deal. Sometimes my equity partner, a lot of times I equity partner because it allows me to take on all of the properties, right? It allows me to take on more than one. And then in equity partnership, it's not just my problem if something goes wrong. Whose problem is it? It's his problem too, because we're equity partners, right? So you just get more hands involved just in case something goes wrong. Never have that happen, but just in case, you got more people there to help you out, right? So with that being said, network is your net worth, right? Understand that your network is your net worth. And if you have those equity that built up equity in the relationship, now it's your opportunity to build it. Now it's your opportunity to capitalize on it and actually go grab that private money that they're just sitting on, waiting to invest in. Which brings me to my second point. Why is it easier to get private money? Because private money lenders are looking, they're not qualifying it based on you, based on your credit, based on your income. They're not doing that, right? It's more private money out there than there is a deal. 100%. There's a lot of people that have heard they can invest with their 401ks, they can invest with the IRAs, they can invest with their Roth IRAs, they can invest with their self-lended, self-directed IRAs, right? So with that being said, they're looking to use that money. That way it can propel them tax-free interest, right? There's tax-free gains, and it gets them closer to retirement, because ultimately everybody think about a time where they have to stop working. A lot of these private money lenders are actually in their 40s, in their 50s, in their 60s. They've worked hard and built up all this capital, but it still seems like it's going to be short when they get ready to retire. So a lot of them look to get in real estate. A lot of older people look to get in real estate at the end, because it's a way to get those gains tax-free and essentially be able to allow them to leverage the money there and actually either live on it if they're already at a point where they can retire, or just leverage what their retirement is right now, put that money to work so it can gain a bigger interest rate outside of being in the stock market, fluctuating up and down, losing money, gaining money, whatever the case may be. It's more of a safe asset, and it's asset-based lending. So don't worry about what you have to bring to the offer. Make sure the only thing that you have is a deal. That's really the biggest thing as far as securing private money, is just making sure you have that deal. And it's like I said, it's not based on you, your credit, your income. It's going to be based on that asset, and that's what makes it pretty good. The private money lender is always protected because they have a deed of trust and typically first lien position. So if anything was to happen to their property, it got to go through them, or they have opportunity to actually foreclose on you if anything was to go wrong as well, right? So they're always protected. So it's much safer than stocks and bonds, because if stock goes down, it just goes down. You just lose money. There's nothing to show for it. But with a hard asset, if you was a run off and never see yourself again, or they never see you again because you're losing money, or if they buy it right, they're never over leveraged. They're going to be in a position of control and have equity, and to be able to sell the property outright if they don't even want to do the work, just because of where they bought it at, right? It was a great deal. So with that being said, it's asset-based lending. That's going to be the number 2 thing that you got to understand. People just want to see a deal, and if they got a deal, typically the money follows, right? So number 3. The thing about it, most private money lenders already have education, right? They already been educated on what a good deal looks like. They've already been educated on the numbers, right? They've already been educated on 70% minus repairs is a good deal, right? That particular formula actually allows them room to actually be paid, right? If we're at 80% minus repairs, it's a little bit of room for them to pay me and pay the real estate agent and pay the private money investor, right? There's only so much room in there. So 70% minus repairs is what a good deal looks like. And that's what typically most homeowners or most private money people actually look for, because it allows them to be protected, right? They got their deed of trust, but no longer do they have that. They have the property at a deep enough discount to where they know no matter what, they'll be able to make money, as long as they don't over leverage and give too much money to the contractors, right? So that's another thing where we talk about private money, how to get it. And that's the best part about it. Private money investors are actual investors. They've been educated, but not only that, a lot of them haven't done their first deal. So they're more willing to give you money, because they had this idea of actually going out here and being successful at wholesaling and finding deals, but they've never been able to catch on to that because they work a full-time job. They have a full-time family, but they are sitting on this money. So they understand the deal. They're more willing to give it out, and a lot of them aren't successful. So with you, they become successful in real estate, which is huge, because everybody, I look at real estate as like a big old pot of gumbo, right? The realtors play their part. The brokers play their part. The investor play their part. The private money lender plays their part. The hard money lenders plays their part. The contractors plays their part, right? Everybody in it. It's just a big old pot of gumbo. All together, we make money. It smells good. It's time to eat and devour some things, right? So having that private money lender, they know where their part is, and they're looking for somebody else to actually go out and do the other part, which is the hard work, finding the deal, overseeing the deal, right? The GC overseeing the deal, the contractors getting the deal done, the realtor putting it on the market, the end buyer, other realtor finding an end buyer to come together, and we all make money from it. So it's a beneficiary part, but it's like essentially what it is, it's just like gumbo, man. It's just like gumbo. Don't try to stress being something else that you're not. If you're not the private money lender, don't try to be the private money lender. Go out and find a private money lender. And obviously, like I said, networking is a big thing. Number 4, this is what I want everybody to do. If you're actually actively looking for private money, this is what I need you to start doing today. I need you to go out and actually social proof yourself, right? I need you to actually get on Facebook, get on Instagram, get on LinkedIn, get on all these social media platforms. I need you to start building an audience, and I need you to start putting social proof of actual real estate or whatever you're doing if you're looking for private money. But I need you to start having a social proof. Like, look, we do this, we've been doing this, and this is how you can help. This is how you can benefit from it. And essentially what you're doing is you're building credibility on social media, right? So if you post for a whole year about let's say you got 5 or 6 properties going on that one particular year, which isn't a lot, that's one every 2 months. Say if you got that going on, what essentially can happen for you is if you keep posting these properties, people are going to see that there's opportunity and that you're being successful, you're making money from it. So that obviously raises alerts in their heads, make them more aware of what's going on, and essentially what they're going to want to do is be a part of that, right? So if you have the social proof on your platform, whether it's Instagram, social media, or Facebook, whatever it is, now it's social proof, and what's going to happen is that person is going to want part of it. And when you give them the opportunity to actually join your team, or you could throw out a pitch, say something like, hey, look, this is what my investor made on this investment. This is what I made. If you want to be a part of my team and you want to be an investor passively, not doing any of the work, just looking at the assets, seeing if it makes money, and then essentially partnering on me on that deal, whether you be the lender, whether you be a JV 50-50 partner, however you break it down, or if you want to make 8% return on your $100,000 in the next 6 months, come invest with me, right? A lot of people are open to that because they have this money just sitting there, but essentially they want to be a part of it because they want to make money. But if you pitch them and you allow yourself to be social proof through social media, they will be more advantageous to actually go and lend you money because they see that you're already making money, you're already successful, and people want to be a part of that. Even if they're not doing any of the work, they will love to let you borrow their money and they make money while you're going out and making money yourself, right? So keep watching. Hey, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like it, definitely. And shoot, anything else, basically make sure you comment below. Let me know anything that you would like to know in the next video, or up and coming topics, whatever's happening right now. That way I can help you out and actually allow you to do real estate investing the right way. Keep winning.